Hi, my friends. Today I want to present you a new story. Enjoy watching it.
It was a regular Monday afternoon at the gas station, the kind where the routine felt almost rhythmic. Cars rolled in, filled up, paid, and left, a seamless cycle of mechanical precision. I was manning pump number 3 when I noticed an elderly man in a weathered blue sedan struggling to find his wallet, his brow furrowed in frustration as he patted down his pockets repeatedly. My heart ached at the sight of him. He reminded me of my own grandfather. "Excuse me, sir, do you need any help?" I asked, walking over with a friendly smile. He looked up, his eyes filled with a mix of embarrassment and worry. I seem to have forgotten my wallet at home," he stammered. "I don't have any money to pay for the gas." "It's all right," I said gently. "Don't worry about it. I'll cover it for you." "Really? I can't let you do that," he protested, but there was a glimmer of relief in his eyes. "I insist," I replied, pulling a $20 bill from my purse. "Just consider it a small act of kindness. You can pay me back whenever you get a chance." His eyes welled up with tears. "Thank you, young lady. My name is Carter, by the way." "I'm Betsy. It's nice to meet you, Carter." He scribbled his name and address on a piece of paper and handed it to me. "I'll make sure to repay you, Betsy. People like you restore my faith in humanity." As he drove away, a sense of warmth filled my chest. I turned back to see my coworkers, Jerry and Linda, watching the whole interaction with skeptical eyes. They whispered amongst themselves, casting furtive glances my way. I knew they wouldn't understand. Later that day, as the evening rush began to dwindle, I was summoned to the manager's office. My stomach churned with unease as I walked down the narrow hallway. Inside, Mr. Thompson sat behind his cluttered desk, a stern expression etched on his face. "Take a seat, Betsy," he said, motioning to the chair opposite him. I sat down, my hands clasped nervously in my lap. "Is something wrong, Mr. Thompson?" He leaned forward, his eyes piercing. "I received a report from Jerry and Linda about an incident involving a customer earlier today. They claim you took money from the register to pay for someone's gas." My heart sank. "No, Mr. Thompson, that's not true. I used my own money." The man had forgotten his wallet, and I didn't want to leave him stranded. Mr. Thompson sighed, rubbing his temples. "Betsy, you know the policy. We can't allow exceptions. It sets a dangerous precedent." "But it was my money," I insisted. "I was just trying to help." "I'm sorry, Betsy," he said, his tone softening slightly. "But rules are rules. I'm going to have to let you go." I felt a wave of despair wash over me. Losing this job would be a significant blow to my family. "Please, Mr. Thompson, reconsider. I need this job." "I'm sorry," he repeated. "But my hands are tied." With a heavy heart, I gathered my things and walked out of the gas station for what I thought was the last time. The weight of the world seemed to press down on my shoulders as I made my way home. The walk home felt longer than usual that evening. My feet dragged along the pavement, the weight of my dismissal pressing heavily on my shoulders. I replayed the day's events over and over in my mind, trying to make sense of it all. How could a simple act of kindness lead to this? As I approached our modest house, I paused to compose myself. My mother, who had raised me single-handedly, was waiting inside, along with my 10-year-old daughter, Lily. They were my world, and I dreaded telling them the news. I pushed open the door and was greeted by the familiar scent of Mom's cooking. She looked up from the kitchen, a smile on her face. "Betsy, you're home. How was work?" I swallowed hard, trying to keep my voice steady. "Mom, I need to talk to you about something." Her smile faded as she noticed my tear-streaked face. She walked over, wiping her hands on her apron. "What happened, dear?" I took a deep breath and recounted the entire story, from meeting Carter to being fired. As I spoke, I saw the worry lines deepen on Mom's face, but she didn't interrupt. When I finished, there was a heavy silence. Lily, who had been playing with her toys in the living room, came over and hugged me tightly. "Mom, you did the right thing. Helping someone in need is always the right thing to do." Mom nodded, her eyes filled with both concern and pride. "Betsy, we'll get through this. You did what you felt was right, and that's something to be proud of. We'll figure something out." Lily came over and hugged me tightly. "You're the best, Mom. We'll get through this together." Their unwavering support gave me the strength I needed. We spent the rest of the evening brainstorming ways to make ends meet and searching for new job opportunities. Despite the uncertainty, I felt a glimmer of hope. We had faced tough times before, and we would face this one together. The next morning, I woke early, determined to start job hunting immediately. I dressed quickly and grabbed a cup of coffee, ready to face the challenges ahead. As I sat at the kitchen table, scrolling through job listings, I couldn't help but think of Carter and his promise to repay me. I hoped he was all right. Just then, the phone rang, breaking the silence. I glanced at the caller ID, surprised to see an unknown number. I answered hesitantly. Hello, is this Betsy? A calm, friendly voice asked on the other end. Yes, this is she, I replied, curiosity piqued. My name is Teddy. I'm Carter's son. I believe you helped my father at the gas station yesterday. My heart skipped a beat. Yes, I did. How is he? He's doing well, thanks to your kindness, Teddy said warmly. I wanted to thank you in person and repay you for the gas. That's not necessary, I began, but Teddy cut me off gently. Please, it's important to us. Can I come by later today? I hesitated, then agreed. All right, here's our address. As I hung up the phone, a sense of anticipation washed over me. The morning light filtered through the curtains as I prepared for the day ahead, the anticipation of Teddy's visit making my heart race. I tried to keep busy, tidying up the house and preparing a pot of coffee. Mom and Lily sensed my anxiety and offered their support in their own ways. Mom by keeping me company in the kitchen and Lily by drawing cheerful pictures at the table. Betsy, you've done a wonderful thing, Mom said, her voice filled with pride. You'll see, this visit will bring good news. I nodded, trying to absorb her optimism. The uncertainty of the past day had left me feeling vulnerable, but I couldn't shake the hope that Teddy's visit might bring some clarity, if not a resolution, to our predicament. The doorbell rang, jolting me from my thoughts. I wiped my hands on a dish towel and took a deep breath before opening the door. Standing on the porch was a tall man in his late 30s, with kind eyes and an air of quiet confidence. He held a small envelope in one hand and a bouquet of flowers in the other. Hi, you must be Betsy, he said, offering a warm smile. I'm Teddy. It's a pleasure to meet you. I smiled back, feeling a little more at ease. Nice to meet you too, Teddy. Please come in. He stepped inside, handing me the flowers. These are for you and your family. A small token of our appreciation. Thank you, they're beautiful, I replied, touched by the gesture. Please have a seat. Can I get you some coffee? That would be great, thank you, Teddy said, taking a seat at the kitchen table. I poured us each a cup of coffee, my hands trembling slightly. Mom and Lily joined us, eager to meet our guest. Teddy greeted them warmly, and we all settled in around the table. My father told me what happened at the gas station, Teddy began, his expression earnest. He was deeply moved by your kindness, and so am I. It's not often you meet someone who's willing to help a stranger without expecting anything in return. I felt my cheeks flush. It was the right thing to do. He needed help, and I was in a position to provide it. Even so, it cost you your job, Teddy said, his tone somber. I'm truly sorry about that. I want to make it right. He handed me the envelope, and I opened it to find cash, more than enough to cover the gas I had paid for. I looked up, meeting his eyes. This is very generous, but you didn't have to. Teddy shook his head. I insist, and there's something else I'd like to discuss with you. My father has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and his condition is progressing. It's been a challenging time for our family. When he came home and told me about you, I felt an immense sense of gratitude. I'm so sorry to hear about your father, Mom said gently. That must be incredibly difficult. It is, Teddy admitted, but your kindness gave us hope. It showed us that there are good people out there willing to help without judgment. He paused, taking a sip of his coffee. I own the gas station where you worked, and I've been looking for someone trustworthy to manage it. After hearing about what you did for my father, I believe you're the right person for the job. I stared at him stunned. You want me to be the manager? Yes, Teddy said with a nod. You have the qualities I value. Integrity, compassion, and a strong work ethic. I'm confident you'll do a fantastic job. I glanced at Mom and Lily, seeing the hope and encouragement in their eyes. This opportunity was beyond anything I had imagined. It was a chance to provide for my family and prove my worth. I'm honored, Teddy, I said, my voice thick with emotion. I won't let you down." Teddy smiled, a look of relief crossing his face. "I have no doubt. We'll start with some training and you can begin as soon as you're ready." The rest of the morning passed in a blur of conversation and planning. Teddy shared more about the station, his expectations, and the support he'd provide. I felt a renewed sense of purpose and excitement, eager to embrace this new chapter in my life. As Teddy prepared to leave, he turned to me, his expression serious. "Betsy, you've already proven yourself in ways that matter most. This job is just the beginning. Thank you for giving my father and our family hope." "Thank you, Teddy," I replied, my heart swelling with gratitude for everything. After he left, I sat down with Mom and Lily, the weight of the past day's events finally lifting. We had a plan, a path forward, and for the first time in a long while, a sense of security. "Mom, I'm so proud of you," Lily said, hugging me tightly. "You're going to be the best manager ever." "And we're here for you, every step of the way," Mom added, her eyes shining with pride. I held them both close, feeling a deep sense of contentment. The visitor had brought more than just repayment and a job offer. He had brought hope, faith in the goodness of people, and a reminder that sometimes doing the right thing leads to the most unexpected and wonderful opportunities. The days following Teddy's visit were a whirlwind of activity and anticipation. I was scheduled to start my training as the gas station manager, and I could hardly believe my good fortune. The opportunity was more than just a job. It was a lifeline, a beacon of hope for my family's future. On the first day of training, I arrived at the gas station early, the morning sun casting a warm glow over the familiar lot. The smell of gasoline, once a symbol of a dead-end job, now seemed to signify a new beginning. Teddy was waiting for me, a reassuring smile on his face. "Morning, Betsy. Ready for your first day?" he greeted, his voice warm and encouraging. "Absolutely," I replied, trying to keep the nervousness out of my voice. "Great, let's get started," he said, leading me inside. We began with a tour of the station, Teddy explaining the various aspects of the operation. There was so much more to the job than I had realized: inventory management, scheduling, customer service protocols, and financial oversight. It was overwhelming, but Teddy's patient and thorough explanations made it manageable. As we walked through the aisles of the convenience store attached to the gas station, Teddy turned to me. "You're going to be great at this, Betsy. I can tell you have the right attitude and the skills to make this place run smoothly." "Thank you, Teddy. I'm really grateful for this opportunity," I said, feeling a swell of gratitude. "It's well-deserved," he replied. "Now let's go over the inventory system. It's crucial to keep track of what we have in stock to ensure we're meeting customer needs and minimizing waste." I nodded, absorbing the information. The inventory system was complex, but Teddy's clear instructions made it seem less daunting. As we worked, I couldn't help but notice how much pride he took in his business. It was inspiring, and it made me want to do my best to uphold the standards he set. Later, as we were checking the fuel pumps, a customer approached, an older woman with a kind smile. She reminded me of Carter, and my heart warmed at the thought. "Excuse me, are you the new manager?" she asked, her eyes twinkling with curiosity. "Yes, I am," I replied, smiling back. "How can I help you?" "I just wanted to say it's nice to see a friendly face here. I've been coming to this station for years, and it's good to know it's in capable hands," she said warmly. "Thank you, that means a lot," I said, genuinely touched. As she walked away, Teddy turned to me, a knowing smile on his face. "See, you're already making a positive impression." When I got home that evening, I was greeted by the familiar, comforting sounds of family. Mom was in the kitchen, humming softly as she prepared dinner, and Lily was at the table, her schoolbooks spread out before her. "Mom, how was your first day?" Lily asked excitedly, looking up from her homework. "It was great, sweetheart," I replied, giving her a hug. "I have a lot to learn, but I'm excited about it." "We're so proud of you, Betsy," Mom said, joining us. "This is a wonderful opportunity." "It is." I agreed, and I'm going to make the most of it. The following weeks were a blur of activity as I settled into my new role. Each day brought new challenges and new opportunities to learn. Teddy was a constant source of support, always available to answer questions and provide guidance. His faith in me was a powerful motivator, driving me to work harder and smarter. One afternoon, as I was reviewing the station's financial records, Teddy stopped by my office. "How's it going, Betsy?" "Good," I said, looking up from the spreadsheets. "I think I'm getting the hang of it." "I have no doubt you are," he said, sitting down across from me. "I wanted to talk to you about something." "Sure, what's up?" I asked, curious. "I've been really impressed with your progress and your dedication," he began, "and I was thinking it's time we make your position official. I'd like to offer you the role of manager permanently." My heart leaped with joy. "Really? That's amazing, I'd love to." "Great," Teddy said, smiling. "You've earned it, Betsy. Your hard work and commitment have been incredible." "Thank you, Teddy. This means so much to me and my family," I said, my voice filled with emotion. Returning home that night, I found Mom and Lily waiting for me, their faces alight with joy. We celebrated my permanent position with a modest but heartfelt dinner, our small home filled with laughter and love. The future was bright, and for the first time in a long time, I felt truly hopeful. I was once again convinced that by doing good to people, we can receive good in return from the universe, and how one single act of kindness can start a chain of events that changed our lives.